Welcome to Retrobot, the YouTube channel where we feed a friendly space robot a diet of pure nostalgia. I'm Clay, and today we're taking a look at the Transformers Studio 86 series version of Cup. There he is. Let's dive right in. So right away we can see that the Studio 86 packaging is pretty by the numbers. It's black label with the Transformers the movie logo and the name of the character, and then just an illustration of the character itself. Now this is actually a pretty nice illustration. It reminds me a lot of the artwork that's in the Kingdom packaging, but notice that it's not put into a scene or anything like that. You go to the side, and once again it's really just an enlarged version of that package, or of that illustration. And you look at the other side, and it's a zoomed out version of the illustration. Again, no context, just the character itself. And then you can see on the top there's the Transformers the movie logo. On the underside there's a whole bunch of legal mumbo jumbo, which doesn't really mean anything to me. And then on the back you can see the character in his robot mode and his little thing of energon goodies and the vehicle mode. And you know, it's nice package art. You know, the information looks good. The studio series also will come with a little diorama to put the character into a scene from the movie. So let's go ahead and take him out of his package so that we can see what this guy is all about. So here you see Cup out of the package, placed in front of the cardboard backdrop that is included with this set. And the image depicted here is the scene where he's underwater, or whatever the liquid was, on planet Quintessa, being attacked by a robot octopus. And I have to say that this is an interesting choice for a Cup scene because, you know, Cup didn't do so well in that scene. And as I was looking at this backdrop, I was thinking, you know, if they really wanted to be accurate, what they should have done is made it so that his arms and legs come off, because anybody who remembers the movie remembers that he was in pieces by the time that Hot Rod found him. Well, it just so happens that that is exactly what they did. Look at this. They designed him so that his arms and legs come off. You can absolutely turn Cup into Torso Boy. And that is just amazing. I am so happy that they threw that in. What a fantastic idea for a Studio 86 character. Now that is dedication to really being able to reenact those scenes from the movie. That's fantastic. You know, already I'm just loving this toy. I haven't even transformed it yet. I don't care, because they made it so that his arms and legs come off. Yeah, look at that. That's just so cool. I am so happy already. Another thing that they've done that is just purely fan service here is they've included his little package of energon goodies, which has a 5mm post here so he can hold it just like that. And also there's a little tab on the back, which is similar to a tab that he has on his gun that allows it to store on the fender in vehicle mode, but you do have access to that little slot in robot mode as long as you don't fold this little panel over the leg. So I can even do that here and take his gun and just put that on the side here. And oh no, his arm fell off. Oh no! Is that going to keep happening? I hope not, but there, it goes right back on. So you even have weapons storage and energon goodie storage, which is important and just adds to the playworthiness of this figure already. The sculpting on the robot mode is really, really nice. He's got a lot of really crisp, clean details molded into him that look fantastic. I like that they've got the translucent translucent plastic for the chest, and then they've painted silver behind it, which gives it a very distinctive look. I kind of wish that it was just see-through, but I get it. Yeah, I'm sure that there's probably a whole bunch of transformation junk behind there that we don't necessarily want to see. But even in the back, where you can see a lot of the hollow bits from the injection molded arms and the hips, overall he has a really nice form and very, very good body dynamics. So he's got really good posability. The shoulders are well articulated. Of course, the bicep twist, because that's where the arm separates. He's got a pivoting elbow. Unfortunately, the wrists do not twist. And that's something that was surprising because it really seems like they should, but they do not. Of course, we've got very well articulated hips, and once again, where the legs separate, you have a twist, and then you've got the knees and the ankle joints, which is another thing that's been common since the Siege line for the Transformers to have ankle joints. There doesn't seem to be... Oh, wait, yes, we do have a pivoting waist as well, which is also very, very nice. So from an articulation standpoint and just a general aesthetic standpoint, he looks really, really good. So transforming Cup is not bad, but it does take a little bit of fidgetiness. We're going to start by rotating the head around this way. And then we're going to pull the shoulders up like he's doing a jumping jack, sort of. Except that we're going to take those side panels that hold the shoulders with them. And then we're going to rotate him around, and we're going to take this backpack down like this, and then we're going to open it like that. And then from inside, you can see that there's two fenders with wheels, so we're going to swing those out, and those are going to snap in to the sides of the body here and here. So from here, you can take the arms and you can just pivot them back like this, like that. And then you're going to actually pivot these like this. From here, this is where it gets a little bit fidgety. So from here, we're going to need to have the arms actually kind of face forward here, and we're going to rotate them like that so that the tops of the hands are even with the top of the head. You see how the top of the head's here, top of the hand's here. That's what I'm talking about there. And then we're going to take this whole thing and we're going to swing it around. You see how the waist pivots right like that. And we're going to swing it around like that. And then now what we need to do is we're going to kind of make some room between the arms, and we're going to take this panel here from the back, and we're going to have it go all the way around. And you see how there's a pivot point here? Right there. So that's going to close around there, and then you have this other hinge right here that's going to allow it to close and pretty much just completely encapsulate the head, just like that. And then at this point, you can take the arms, swing them down, and you're going to take these side panels, and they're just going to come up, and they're going to meet with the body. Now the shoulders are going to want to get in the way, so you're going to have to do this. There's a little swivel here, and you have to do, you see that little swivel right there? Oh, arm came off. So you just pull that swivel out like that, and this swivel out like this. And that's going to enable you to move the arms like that and then close them like that. And now we can finesse the arms just a little bit. I'm going to do that. And so now they can meet up with this panel here and things can start to fit together. Just like that. Now the legs do a thing. The legs are going to split apart like this. And then the whole thing goes like that. And then what we're going to need to do is we're going to open the panel here on the knees. And then we're going to be able to pivot the leg just a little bit. See, there's not a whole lot of pivoting that happens there. But you pivot it and then you close the legs and that locks it at that angle. And that's important. So we're going to do that. Then we can take this little panel that's on the back of the leg and we're just going to flip it around that way, and that makes the truck bed for what little truck bed that Cup has. And there's a little nub on the end of this panel that's just going to peg in to a little square hole there. And so now you can bring these things together and you can interlock them just like that. So now you can take these panels that are on the sides of the legs and you're just going to tuck that tab in underneath the front fender and get this around the leg, and we're going to snap things into place just like this. And this is a little bit fidgety, so so you're just going to have to kind of work it, but ideally it just kind of clicks into place, sort of. There's a little slot there that everything's supposed to fit into. And if you're really lucky, there, you see, I just got that to meet up. And we're going to do the same thing on this side. And you see how I tuck that into the top there, and then I get everything to click in, and it goes together just like that. So we can flip up the feet and flip them into the backs of the legs there. And now we take the fists, and you see how there are the 5mm compatible holes here in the fists. Well, they're going to go around these two little blocks here to just kind of lock everything into place. And actually they do a tremendously good job of holding those fists into place, because when you transform him back, the arms are going to want to come off. It'll just happen. You can use the gun to kind of try and pry the hands away, and then you don't run the risk of them coming apart at that joint in the bicep. But that is the sacrifice of having the arms and legs made to come off. Now we have the little tab in the gun here, and we can just put that in the slot there for weapon storage. And we've got the little tab right here, and put that in the slot there for Energon goodie storage. And that is his vehicle mode. Look at that. And it's actually pretty tight. You know, there's a little bit of jankiness here where that one doesn't lock in, but it mostly fits. And maybe if I'd twist the shoulder just a little bit, then I could get it to fit in a little bit better. But that's pretty much it right there. Here, let me put it on the other camera so that you can really appreciate everything about the vehicle mode here. So here he is in his vehicle mode, and it really does look like it drove right out of the screen from Transformers the movie. It is an excellent, excellent version of his what's not actually a Cybertronian mode. I was recently informed that these modes were intended to be Earth vehicles from the distant future of 2005. Now, I happen to have vehicles from right around that period, and they don't look like that. In fact, here's a picture of what another truck from 2005 looks like. Yeah. So you know, that's that. that is not the same. Maybe we just needed to go a little bit more futuristic. There we go. That looks exactly the same. No, actually, you know what? That as impractical as Cup's design is for a truck, I think it's still a little bit more practical than this one. I'm not sure. Maybe. Who knows? But nonetheless, it is a decent truck mode, and what I like is that he actually has legitimate wheels back here. Even though they're completely encapsulated and you don't see them, they are there, and you can tell that they've got a reasonable diameter. They're not as big as the wheels in the front, but they're not just little casters. So that's actually a pretty cool vehicle mode for Cup, and obviously the robot mode is really, really nice, and the added feature of being able to take him apart. I mean, I've been kind of wanting them to have features like that already. I feel like we should have a whole line of Junkions that you can take all the limbs off and take them apart, and they're more of a construction set so that you can build your own Junkions any way you want. I think that would maybe I'm the only one. I'm probably the only one, but nonetheless, that's really cool. Cup here is a very, very nice toy, and one of, I don't know if he's my favorite version of Cup, but it's a good version of Cup, and certainly a big step up from the original Gen 1 version. So in many ways, if you're a fan of the movie, then you want this. That's the bottom line. If you're a fan of the movie, you want this. If you're not a fan of the movie, you might still want it because it's cool looking and it's fun and the arms and legs come off. Did I mention that the arms and legs come off? I'm just so happy. I didn't know it had that feature until I found it. So, you know, that's really cool. Bottom line, highly recommend. A great little toy, great version of the character, lots and lots of fun. You won't be disappointed if you get Transformers Studio 86 Cup. So that's it. If you like this video, please subscribe, click the notification bell so that you know when we're doing more of these Short Circuits videos. Also, we do our live streams usually every Friday night at 8 o'clock Eastern United States time. It's kind of a party atmosphere. Every week we pick a different theme and we just dig in. We have a live chat filled with witty, funny, inviting people that are lots of fun. Please join in. We would love to see you there. So, with all that being said, I'm Clay telling you to keep it Retrobot. Even if your Retrobot is supposed to be a future bot from a future that occurred about 20 years in the past. 'Cause that would make it still a Retrobot. See how I managed to make that work? I wasn't sure if I was going to get there, but I did.